Hey everybody, I'm Gary Smith with Nectar Bridge, and in this video we're going to talk about what we do, the kind of problems we solve for businesses, and also something about when to call us or refer us if you don't need us but you know somebody who does. So let's get started. I'm going to specifically focus on top 3 things businesses struggle with based on some research I've found, but I'll begin with what we do. Usually when I'm asked to introduce myself, I say it something like this. We support business owners who need help keeping up with their back office operations, those tasks that are necessary but not directly related to service delivery. In other words, we don't know your trade, your business. We're not engineers, we're not plumbers, we're not HVAC people, but you might need help with doing all of the things that aren't really directly related to that, but which are necessary and vital to keeping your business going. So what are those things that you might need help with? Done some research into what the top 3 problems in business might be, especially for small businesses. And I think that many of the problems that small business owners face fall into one of 3 buckets. One of the most important ones is poor cash flow and receivables. Many business owners struggle to get invoices created accurately and sent to customers, ideally right at the time of service. But if you can't quite do that, the quicker the better. Not just because obviously you won't get paid until you get an invoice to somebody, but because the invoice that gets sent promptly after a service gets paid more quickly after it's presented. Another big component of this is enabling payment methods that work for your customers. Many customers today want to pay by credit card. Many customers don't know where their checkbook is, so we can help make it easier for your customers to pay you. Second problem is poor processes, and that leads to a turnover cycle, certainly with employees, but also maybe with customers. You hear it often from business owners. They feel like they're their own worst enemy. They are, in fact, a bottleneck in their business. Processes are systems like EOS, and if you read books like The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber, you see this idea of making your processes consistent, repeatable, and streamlined. But that's really difficult to do when you're in the middle of it day to day. So we can help you streamline and scale your processes. And I'll also say this about what we do, how we do it. We're help that you can get on a fractional basis that is less than full time. And we're help that you don't have to train in the same way. Sure, we may have some questions about your specific business, but you don't have to train us on QuickBooks, CRMs like Jobber, and House Call Pro and so forth. We've worked with those with other clients, so we hit the ground running. Third item, poor technology choices. Many business owners start with processes, and either because they started as a very small business or because they started maybe a few years ago, they've got technical processes that aren't really ideal anymore. If you're using a lot of paper forms, that's not really ideal. There are software environments out there that live on the cloud that you don't need a lot of computer hardware and servers to operate, that in fact both you and your customers can access via web pages, via apps, and it streamlines your processes, makes it easier for you to do business, makes you look like a bigger company, provides the customer experience that people are accustomed to with bigger companies. So all 3 of those areas are ways we can help, either on a project basis or with a monthly retainer to help you take care of all those day in, day out processes. I'd like to talk a little bit about when to either call us or refer us. If you or somebody you know are complaining about receivables, which is simply what people owe the business, and payables, what they owe other people, the bills you have to pay to your vendors as a business, we can help with both of those things. When a business owner is complaining, sometimes bragging, sometimes it's hard to tell the difference, that they cannot keep up with demand. They make statements like, I wish there was more than one of me. I wish I could clone myself. Those are statements that indicate, again, they are their own bottleneck. They're having trouble finding good help, and what they really need are better processes. And finally, when a business owner can't make sense of their software situation, what they see correctly is that replacing what they have may be a big project. And if it's done wrong, they may have a lot of business disruption. They feel there has to be a better way, but feel stuck with the choices they've made, their current solutions. We'd love to help business owners who are in that spot. We will work with just about anybody, but where we serve best, I feel, or when we talk to business owners who have a business that is 500,000 or up to 10 million in annual revenue, and we have a heart for and a lot of experience in service industries. So the home services, like I've talked about, plumbers, electrical, HVAC, that sort of business. I'm interested in engineering firms. We've worked with property management firms and realtors, and we've also worked with technology firms, that is, companies that are developing something. I've been the COO of a web development company myself. I'm starting to work with a company that's creating some medical middleware. And we'd love to work with those kind of businesses, or really anybody who thinks we could help them. Be glad to talk with them, and we'd love to talk with you. Again, I'm Gary Smith with Nectar Bridge. Appreciate you listening.